Hello, hello, hello. Another week has gone by, and I am here to bring you the latest from my neck of the woods. So, without further ado, another edition of the 30-year-old law student. 31, right? Just kidding. No, I don't think I said it last week on the video, but last weekend there wasn't a video. About this time last week we were in Dallas, Laura and I, so had a great time, saw a bunch of friends, met a bunch of my friends that I've known online for a very, very long time. Met a bunch of them for the first time, so if any of you are watching the video, shout out to you. It's great to see you guys, and definitely we'll be back in full force again next year. One thing that happened last week of the vacation though, was we had some amazing barbecue. Now, a lot of you that watch this video are in Utah, and I gotta say, being a Southerner from by heart, like growing up here and returning back down to the Southeast, that out in Utah, I found like maybe 2 good barbecue places out of all the ones I ever went to, which is a lot. I went to a lot, and I think one was even on like Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives or something like that. And still, like, it's just not the same. And that's one of the reasons why I got into doing barbecue myself, but to try to kind of top whatever I could find. Anyway, to make a long story short, as many of you might, or some of you might know, there's different types of barbecue throughout different parts of the country. So, down here in this area, there's kind of like the Alabama, Georgia kind of style barbecue. We're kind of close to the Carolina barbecue, which is a lot more akin to what I do when I do my own barbecue. And I try to do a little bit more, I'm trying to get into a little bit more of Texas barbecue, especially with my briskets. While being in Dallas, we had some great friends that took us under their wing, especially to show one of our mutual friends, a friend of a friend of a friend, right? That's what I'm going to be talking about now. To make a long story short, they wanted to show them, they're from California, and wanted to show them what real, true barbecue was. So we went to this place called Heart 8 Barbecue in Dallas, and fantastic. It was great atmosphere, and just, man, delectable food. It was so, so good. So if you're ever in Dallas, hit up one of those. I think there's like 2 or 3 of them there. But man, they were like just absolutely fantastic. Spot on barbecue. Everything was just like flawless. So trying to make sure I'm in the right lane here because everybody's switching lanes in front of me. Anyway, but that was just amazing food. So it was amazing food, great weekend. Yeah, very, very nice. And then back to the grind again this week. So hit back to the grind in all my classes and everything like that. And I think what was it, like Tuesday night, I finally caught it. Like the death cold that's been going around my class lately. I'm pretty sure I didn't get it from visiting everybody, in Dallas. I'm 99% sure that I got it from school because it's been going around. So, and I kind of been avoiding it and trying to avoid the people that had it, but it just didn't work out. So I ended up getting like the death cold. It was crazy. This one was like intense. I'm still kind of getting over it, but I was good enough to be able to get to school the last couple days again. So I missed a whole day of school because of it. But it like wiped you out. And I was like completely fine, and it went from like fine to 2 hour, like I felt the tiniest little tickle in my throat. And literally in about the span of an hour, it went from that to full blown like death cold sick. And wow, yeah, it was like awful. So I think this is what, day 3 or whatever of it now. So finally feeling good enough to kind of get everything rolling again and feeling better. So that's good. It's never good in combination to like have that with like my throat getting all screwed up with my thyroid thing. So never a good combination. So I'm glad that I was able to kind of get past that. Speaking of that, next week is the week where I get to have my ultrasound. So I get to go have them take a ultrasound picture of my throat. They can actually like measure my thyroid. As this person in front of me almost gets to do an accident. right. Well, that's going to be interesting, and I'm going to try to see if I can milk them for any kind of information they have, because they still have at least like 2.5 weeks before my actual like consultation. They're supposed to go over my results, and I can actually find out like hopefully what's wrong. So try to see if I can get any little bit of information out of them that I can. And yeah, that's what's going on there. So I won't bore you more with. I think talked enough about my thyroid last week. Don't want to hear about my thyroid anymore, probably. Anyway, everything's been going great. Today was the dreaded day of class in property, where we learned about the rule against perpetuities. So that was, everyone, wanted to dodge that if they could. We've been going over possessory states and future interest in there the last week or so, and it's pretty intense stuff. So kind of glad that we're going to be moving on from that. But it's a little tricky. Probably going to have to continue to review that, but for the most part, kind of get it down now, because at first I kind of had to play a little catch up, because I was gone last Friday when they started it, and when I got back on Monday, I kind of had to play catch up to make sure I was back up to speed. And as I listened and studied and everything, it kind of clicked and made sense. So it made enough sense where I think that I feel really comfortable with it. The rule against perpetuities, of course, throws a huge monkey wrench in the whole thing. So I think I might have to do some more of the book work and stuff that's actually in the book about that to make sure I reinforce the idea. But other than that, I think I'm good. And in contracts, it was the parole evidence rule today. So yay, the exclusionary rule of parole evidence rule. So not too bad though. It makes sense. So not anything too crazy. We just have to learn about the exceptions next week. So other than that, feeling good. Just kind of rolling through constitutional law. We do some taxation. We're going into that next week, so that'll be kind of fun. I do have waiting on the IRS Chief Counsel interview, or not interview, but the internship application kind of response. Also waiting on some word from the U.S. Attorney's Office here for the Middle District, and also trying to see, working with some other people that I know, doing some networking to see if there's any other opportunities. On top of that, not next week, the week after, I have an interview with Legal Services of Alabama, and to this summer work at their low-income taxpayer clinic. So we'll see how that goes. The low-income taxpayer clinic, for a lot of my friends that are watching this that work with me, the low-income taxpayer clinic is essentially working in accounts management, or being a, I guess, gosh, what's the word for it now? Being a face-to-face rep, like in a walk-in office or something. So, yeah, whatever, and I assume that's what it is. That's what their website kind of describes their services as. So I'm assuming that when they see my resume and I get to sit down and actually interview with them, that they'll probably say, you know what, do you have any questions for us? I'm hoping that that'll be kind of like the shoe-in version of my interviews that I might have this summer. Hopefully that I can at least land that one. If I can't get anything else this semester. A lot of the other things I applied for anyway are generally reserved for second-year students, so it's kind of a long shot if I got them anyway. This one would be for first or second-year students. So, and especially with my resume, I think I have a really high chance at being able to land this opportunity at least. And you know what? Landing an opportunity to do that would be great anyway, because more background, more networking, and at the same time helping the community. So I mean, it's all good. So nothing's bad about it. And on top of that, summer registration's about to begin. So I have to register, of course, for my internship course if I can get one. Hopefully I will. I'm feeling pretty confident about at least that one, like I said. So at least one that I'm not as concerned about. I'm pretty sure they'll have a space for me, but you never know. I guess we'll find out. Yeah. You'll find out when you watch the vlog, right? Let's see. Anything else that's pertinent? Not really. I guess kind of just summer registration's coming up. Just kind of trying to decide if there's a couple classes I can take in the summer, and if I take it, any of them, they'll replace a class or two later on in my schooling, thus freeing up, a slot or just some time in a later semester. So I'm just trying to see like if I really want to do it or not. It'd be kind of nice, maybe just to take like one, so that later on I can take one less class. But other than that, I'm just kind of cruising along. So everything is doing good. Ooh, excuse me. Weather is great, as you can see. You don't even have the coat on today. We're having those days where it's like 30 degrees at night and like 70 degrees in the day. So it's not too bad. And yeah, this weekend, just gonna try to write the rest of my brief. I have to write not the whole brief, but I have to write the argument section of my brief. The first draft is due this week, so get that all done. And group assignments are coming up for my property class, so we'll get together on Monday for that. Figure out what's even going on with that. And on top of that, next week I have a contracts paper to write. So it's kind of like we're getting to that part of the semester where it's like boom, 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 and then spring break. So that will be nice too when spring break comes around, because, well, I mean, just don't have to go to school. Actually, I'll probably be studying and doing outlines and things like that. And that's about it. Not a whole lot out there. Hope everybody's doing well. And sorry if I can't remember if I said that I was going to be off this week or this last week or not. But yeah, I will be back next week with the latest news from the week. And hope you're all doing well. Remember to subscribe to the video. Just click the subscribe link below. That way you'll know whenever I post a new video every time, or if anything else happens. Also remember to like and to comment, or if you have any other questions about law school or anything, feel free to ask. Of course, a lot of you I know watch this through Facebook, so go ahead and like it on there if you want to. Let me know that you like it, I guess. Otherwise, everything's been going well. So without further ado, I will sign off for the week. So take care and miss you all. Bye.